Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today I wanted to bring you another top five. This one is going to be top five boss monsters. So this is of course very subjective, and so I had a couple criteria that I went through when deciding these. The first one being obviously these are decks that I'm familiar with and actually play, so I wanted these decks to be ones that are actually, or these cards. These boss monsters are from decks that are actually feasible, and you can actually make them. They're not like impossible to make, or once in a 50 duel. They're actual boss monsters that you can make. And then also, I wanted them to be decks that are actually decent. And then obviously the cards are very powerful. They're considered boss monsters for a reason. And yeah, so let's get right into it. And actually, I didn't go for too many extra deck stuff or too much extra deck stuff. The only one I'm really doing is an honorable mention for ABC Dragon Buster, because I feel it is definitely a boss monster. Very feasible to make. That's kind of what the deck does. And it's also a very good card. So that's just a honorable mention. And then starting off with number 5, had to go with one of my favorites, and that's Judgment Dragon. In like a pure Lightsworn deck, this card is actually, very easy to make. In today's game, it's pretty easy to out this or just, not be hurt by it that bad. But, at one time, it's literally just a free summon if you have 4 Lightsworn monsters in your graveyard. And then you just pay 1,000 and destroy all other cards on the field. Like I said, most decks can play against that effect at least. But even just getting a 3,000 beater monster for free basically on the field is kind of nice. So that's why that one is at number 5. Number 4, I'm going with Eldritch, the Golden Lord. I mean, it's basically the only monster in like an Eldritch deck, but it still is definitely a boss monster. To actually get the full advantage out of him, you want to be able to use his effect to have him gain 1,000, and then he can't be destroyed by card effects. That's what makes him a true boss monster. Otherwise, just special summoning him off of the trap card, Scarlet, is just kind of just gets a 2,500 monster on board, which is not bad. But yeah, he's definitely very good. He can obviously special summon himself. And then also, you can send this card and one spell and trap from your hand, and then target a card on the field and send it to the graveyard. So that's a decent enough effect. So yeah, Eldritch the Golden Lord is number 4. Number 3 went with Machina Citadel. Now this one is for a Machina deck, it's very easy to get to. It can't be normal summoned, so it's obviously a little harder to summon than Golden Lord, but it does more for you, and it special summons itself back, basically. You just target a machine you control, destroy that machine monster, and all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to that. And that's a quick effect, really nice. And then how you special summon him easily is if this card is in your graveyard and a face-up Earth Machine monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can just special summon him for free. So it's, again, a pretty easy card to get out, and it just blows up your opponent's board, by you just destroying a machine monster. So really, really nice. Number 2 is Doom King. This card is obviously for like a zombie deck, and it is, again, another just like true boss monster, especially when you have Zombie World. And then because when a zombie monster activates its effect, so that can be like your opponent's zombie monster, because Zombie World will make them all zombie. You can then negate an effect and then banish one monster from the field or graveyard. Just has some really nice effects. And obviously if you're playing a zombie deck, he's, again, pretty easy to get out. Basically, if a face-up card is in the field zone and it's in your graveyard, you can just special summon this in defense position, so that it can't get much easier than that. Just have your really good field spell, and you'll be able to get him out. So number 2, and then number 1, if you didn't guess it already, is of course Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. When this card came out, everyone knew how powerful it was, because it's just an insane card. You basically, you can summon it many different ways in the actual Dino deck. Double Evolution Pill, you can summon him pretty easily off of his own effect. If you have him in hand, you just have to banish 2 dinosaur monsters from your graveyard. And then all you have to do is just destroy a monster from your hand or field. Doesn't even have to be dinosaur, just any monster. And then you change all of your opponent's monsters to face down defense position. And if that's not enough, because that's a good enough effect right there, it can also attack all monsters your opponent controls. And at the start of the damage step, if it attacks a defense position monster, which you flip them all defense, more than likely, you just inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent and then send that monster to the graveyard. So insane card, definitely 100%, in my opinion, the best boss monster in the game right now. Again, I didn't go for like extra deck cards, kind of just wanted to do main deck stuff here. But yeah, all these decks are very feasible, to make them and do well with them. But yeah, that's my top 5 boss monsters in the game right now. Let me know if I missed any, or some that you think, maybe in some decks that you play. I, of course, don't play all the decks out there, but from the decks I do play, these are what I feel are some just really good boss monsters. So yeah, let me know what you think, and we'll catch you on the next one.